Hello and welcome to Lone Investor. So in this video, we're going to cover whether Bitcoin is on its reversal course going back up or whether this is the last supply pump before a crypto winter. Since no one can predict the market, so we can only look at the data provided to us in order to make a best guess. So we're going to look at the technical analysis, the charting, the on-chain data, and the macro environment. As I mentioned before, technical analysis is not 100% accurate. You need to combine the chart with the macro environment in order to make the best guess. And on Twitter, a lot of people saying the crypto winter is coming and they're comparing what's happening now to what happened in 2018. So as you can see in 2018, Bitcoin has a downfall and then reached two lower lows and then it broke out the downtrend and then have a double top and continue to trend down. So on the chart itself, it looks quite similar to what we're having right now. So we have a downtrend, we have two major bottoms, and then we broke out of the uptrend at the moment. And the OP is suggesting that we may have a double top in before the price going down. So all of the bears are calling the recent Bitcoin price up is the last supply pump before the crypto winter. And the funny thing about charting is that if you're bear on something, you will see a bear signal. If you're bull on something, you will see a bull signal. And for the bulls, they're saying the Bitcoin right now is similar to what happened in July 2021, as Bitcoin had reached some sort of oversold level for the past 2 months, and we have some sort of oversold level in the past 2 months also. And if you take a look at the 4 hours chart, in July we had a golden cross, which is the 50 MA crossing the 200 MA, and every time when it cross, it provide a one up for the price, and when it drop right down to death cross, then we have the price drop, and then again this is golden cross going up, death cross, and going down. And for the first time in 2 months, we have the golden cross again, which might signal another one up. So as I said, if you're bullish on something, you'll see a bullish signal. If you're bearish on something, you'll see a bearish signal. So on technical standpoint, the both bear and bull case, they both have their point. As for the price of Bitcoin, we had a nice one up last week, and then right now it's trading at 44K. And if Bitcoin managed to go above 49K, I would say is a much better confirm on a bull one, because if you take a look at the long-term trend line, and right now we're in between the two support, and the low support will be at 40K. So won't be surprised to see Bitcoin hitting back to 40K. And if it does find support and then goes up, and the top resistance is at 49K at the moment. So if it's able to break that and get supported, and it's high chance for Bitcoin to continue on a bull one. But if it doesn't break 49K and if it also broke the 40K support, then there's more chance to see a crypto winter as people suggested. So that is just the technical standpoint. Now we are going to look at the on-chain data. ARK Invest has released a document talking about on-chain data for Bitcoin, and it was released on December 30th, 2021. And this is available on their website, so you can download the PDF and take a look. And it talks about Bitcoin and how their analysts analyze the Bitcoin movement based on certain data to determine the Bitcoin top or bottom. So one of them is the supply in profit and supply in loss. So when the supply in loss is greater than the supply in profit, that's usually signal the bottom, as you see the Bitcoin price is going up from there. And then again in 2019, we have another bottom right here, and then 2020. And on 2021 July, with the 28K bottom, it did not cross, and I think it's due to the fact that Bitcoin has gone up so much that no one really is in loss at that moment. But you can see they are kind of inverted. So every time when they get close to each other, then that signals the bottom of the Bitcoin. So with that said, I found this on Twitter, and this is not up to date. I think this is about a week ago, but it's the same concept. It's the net realized profit and loss on the holders. Whenever the majority of the people are losing, then that usually signals the bottom. So this is the July-June 2021 bottom, and then we have a little dip here with a little loss at this area. And then since December last year until now, like pretty much everyone is at loss. So the on-chain data suggested that we are pretty much near the bottom at the moment. But this is a 2 weeks old one. But if you're able to find the most updated one, with Bitcoin going up for the past week, you might see some green in the most updated one. And on my first video on Bitcoin, I talk about the illiquid supply. It is for Usually when people want to make a long-term investment, they'll pull it out of the exchange and into their cold wallet. With the illiquid supply going up, it's usually a signal people are long for Bitcoin. But at the same time, with so little liquid supply of Bitcoin in the exchange, it makes Bitcoin even more volatile. So there's the on-chain data, and now let's take a look at the macro. As for the macro, a lot of people are saying recession is coming, and that will definitely impact everything on the market. So for recession, I do believe recession is coming, but it's not as soon as people might think. I'll make another video talking about recession. If you guys enjoyed the video so far, please help like the video and subscribe and hit the little bell for notification. But what I wanted to say is, I do believe there will be another one for the market before a true recession will come. So for Bitcoin on technical, it's about a draw on bear and bull. For on-chain data, I do believe it is it at the bottom. And for macro environment, as I mentioned, I'll make another video. I do think we will have another one up. So overall, I think the risk-reward ratio is quite favorable for Bitcoin. I do believe it will have another one up before a true crypto winter will come. Because one major difference than the previous downtrend in 2018 is that in December 2021, people in China were forced to sell their Bitcoin as the government gives a deadline for everyone has to sell their Bitcoin by the end of 2021. So there were a lot of selling pressure in December. As I've shown this picture on my first Bitcoin video, that Asia was the only continent that's selling Bitcoin during December, where Europe and US were pretty much the people that buying the dip. And then recently we have the Bank of Russia saying they will consider banning Bitcoin, but their president step in and say they won't ban Bitcoin. They'll put some sort of regulation in it. And here, this is today's news. So Russia said to recognize crypto as a form of currency, so which is a good news for Bitcoin. But with those said, as I mentioned, it needs to break the 49k level in order to be fully confirmed we're in a bull run. So this is all I wanted to share today, and good luck to you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.